I'd like to also thank the collective efforts among littoral countries to date, in particular, effort by the Nigerian Safety Administration, led by the Dr. Jamo, for their efforts by implementing the Deep Blue project in order to eliminate the piracy issues in that region. I wish the Nimasa and the region for another successful development in the future.
Wow, what a befitting testimonial by no less a person than the Secretary General of the International Maritime Organization, the IMO. Commendation to the DG of Nimasa in particular and Nigeria in general for the evident and substantial efforts Nigeria is making through the Deep Blue project to address the issue of maritime security in the Gulf of Guinea. Hello and welcome. You are watching Nimasa This Week, the voice of maritime. As always, this program is brought to you by the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, the nation's leading authority when it comes to promoting and regulating maritime activities and all forms of international shipping. My name is Ubong Isien, and I will be your guide on this voyage.
Hello, this is Aminu Umar, CEO, Sea Transport Services Nigeria Limited. You are watching Nimasa This Week, the voice of maritime. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. It's still Nimasa This Week, the voice of maritime. As always, we begin with the Director General's diary. What has Dr. Bashir Jamo, DG Nimasa, been up to? Well, the major one was his address to the 103rd session of the IMO's Maritime Safety Committee, where the DG addressed a global audience of well over 100 maritime administrations representing various countries from all over the world. And the DG did not mince words, where he championed Nigeria's leading role as it relates to the Deep Blue project. And that's to tell you that Deep Blue isn't just a local intervention. The concept and the realization of the Deep Blue project has gone global, because not only does the Deep Blue project address the maritime concerns across the Nigerian coastal corridors, it extends its impact straight out to the entire Gulf of Guinea. Also on today's episode is my nautical chart with no less a person than the Executive Secretary and Chief Executive of the Nigerian Shippers Council, Barrister Hassan Bello. Hassan Bello touches on quite a number of things that relate to shipping, and he gives us a fantastic explanation as to who exactly is a shipper. Also, on our Inside Shipping segment, we've got this special package for you titled Various Types of Vessels in the World of Maritime. You get to find out and become much more enlightened when it comes to the sort of crafts that ply our waters. After all, not all vessels are the same at sea. And of course, the regulars you've come to associate with the program. So, if you're ready, it's time to anchor away.
Nimasa's Deep Blue, calmer coast and safer seas. Security is priority. The integrated national maritime surveillance and security infrastructure. Coming soon. Powered by Nimasa. The Director General of Nimasa, Dr. Bashir Jamo, in a virtual event, addressed the 103rd session of the Maritime Safety Committee of the International Maritime Organization, IMO, on maritime insecurity in the Gulf of Guinea. Dr. Jamo, in his opening address, congratulated Maite Medina on her election as chairperson of the Human Element Training and Watchkeeping Subcommittee of the IMO, and also appreciated the Secretary General, Keita Lim, on his contribution towards peace in the Gulf of Guinea.
On behalf of the government and the people of Nigeria, let me start by congratulating you and your vice chair for a well-deserved election. Wishing you a successful tenure. I would also like to appreciate the Secretary General and his contribution towards ensuring peace in the Gulf of Guinea region and recognizing our own efforts and support by various governments within the region.
Dr. Jamo explains that Nigeria is focusing on 3 areas of prevention, mitigation, and collaboration in the fight against maritime insecurity, as he outlines the effort of the nation at addressing it.
In recognition to this development and in our determination to address the menace, Nigeria is focusing on 3 key areas of prevention, mitigation, and collaboration. Under prevention, Nigeria has embarked on capacity building drive for coastal communities, targeting the underemployed, unemployed, and unemployable youth. We have established a presidential amnesty program to fight piracy and kidnapping of seafarers. We have also created Maritime Security Intelligence Unit to assist in identifying early warning signs to prevent security breaches. Under our mitigation strategy, Nigeria has commissioned what is today known as Deep Blue Project, focused on building our response capability within the Nigerian economic zones and Gulf of Guinea. I am pleased to inform this August gathering. As a result of this, we observe a considerable decline within the last 3 months. The Deep Blue Project platform comprised of land, air, and sea assets. On land, we have technology data gathering, known as C4I Center, 16 armored vehicles deployed to coastal areas, over 370 specially trained maritime security forces as human elements. In the air, we have 2 special mission aircrafts, 3 special mission helicopters, 4 unmanned aerial vehicles. While in the sea, we have 2 special mission vessels and 17 past interceptors boats. Madam Chair, Nigeria has established command and control communication computer intelligence system, which serves as command center for the Deep Blue Project. The C4I Center is currently at the verge of integration with similar maritime intelligence infrastructures within Nigeria, such as Nigerian Navy Falcon I, MPA C3I, in order to improve information sharing.
The Nimasa boss noted that Nigeria's collaboration with Inter-Regional Coordinating Center in the establishment of a new framework to tackle maritime insecurity in the Gulf of Guinea is to help galvanize regional and international efforts to ensure security in the Gulf of Guinea. Dr. Jamo thanked the IMO for its efforts towards assisting Nigeria develop a national maritime security strategy and looked forward to fully participate in the Gulf of Guinea Maritime Security Working Group. Earlier, the IMO Secretary General Kita Klim said that the current situation in the Gulf of Guinea is of serious concern and it presents a worrying threat to the safety and security of crews and the vessels operating in that region.
But when it comes to the Gulf of Guinea, the current situation there is of a serious concern. It presents a worrying threat to the safety and security of the crews and the vessels operating in that region. I'd like to also thank the collective efforts among littoral countries to date, in particular, effort by the Nigerian Safety Administration, led by the Dr. Jamo, for their efforts by implementing the Deep Blue project in order to eliminate the piracy issues in that region. I wish the Nimasa and the region for another successful development in the future. I believe this meeting presents an excellent opportunity for our organization to show commitment and enhanced support for the international, regional, and national efforts to tackle piracy, and will play key to guide the organization's future work, particularly relevant to the Gulf of Guinea area.
The resolution at the end of the session highlights the need for greater collaboration with all critical stakeholders, including information sharing on maritime criminality and illegality between existing mechanisms like the Nimasa C4I Center, Regional Reporting Centers, the International Regional Coordinating Center, and the International Maritime Bureau Piracy Reporting Centers. The Director General of Nimasa, Dr. Bashir Jamo, said the agency is committed to the training and development of youths, especially those from the Niger Delta region and the littoral states of the country. Dr. Jamo made this affirmation when he received a delegation from the United States Embassy at the agency headquarters in Lagos. The Nimasa DG said that as part of the agency's preventive measures to address maritime insecurity, the agency is reaching out to all youths in the Niger Delta region through the Maritime Enterprise Development Program with the structured input from the Bank of Industry, amongst other players. Dr. Jamo revealed that the agency is making huge commitments by sponsoring more students through the National Seafarers Development Program from the Niger Delta and the littoral states to the United States of America to study maritime-related courses.
So when we start this program, we are going to have 300 students to go for the Seafarers Development Program. And so far we have trained over 2,500 under the scheme. They go to different schools. So we select the best with the 5 credit in sciences, and including English and mathematics. So that is how the selections is being done.
Issues relating to visa issuance to students of the National Seafarers Development Program to get visas for their study as well as sea time training were also discussed. The Nimasa boss also used the opportunity of the visit to extend an invitation to the agency to the U.S. Embassy on the launch of the Deep Blue project that is scheduled to take place in June. Introducing the Nimasa Distress Response Call Lines for all maritime stakeholders, ship owners, seafarers, ship captains. Whatever your challenge or distress in the Nigerian maritime domain, please call 0803 0685 167, 0708 0005 956, 0700 0700 010. If you can't reach us on these lines, please call 0700 0700 020, 0700 0700 030. Also via VHF Radio Channel 16. Call and Nimasa will respond. Various types of vessels in the world of maritime. There are many different varieties of ships, and the differences are mostly based upon the type of cargo the ship transports. Knowing the different types can be really helpful since each ship is unique in itself with quite similarities in between. In this report, we will provide a brief overview of the foremost types of maritime vessels that apply in the oceans nowadays. Container vessels. As the name suggests, a vessel structured specifically to hold huge quantities of cargo compacted in different types of containers. Container vessels have become the main way of transporting manufactured goods around the world. It can accommodate anything from foodstuffs to electrical equipment to automobiles. They are also used to transport bagged and palletized goods, liquids, and refrigerated cargoes. Bulk carrier vessels. Bulk carriers transport cargoes in bulk quantities. The cargo transported in such ship is loose cargo, that is, without any specific packaging to it, and generally contains items like food grains, oils, coals, and even cements. Tanker vessels. Tanker ships are specialized vessels for carrying large amounts of liquid cargo. Tanker vessels are further subdivided into different types on the basis of the cargo they carry. The main types of tankers are oil tankers. They mainly carry crude oil and its byproducts. Liquefied gas carriers. A gas carrier is designed to transport liquefied petroleum gas, liquefied natural gas, or liquefied chemical gases in bulk. Chemical and product carriers. A chemical tanker is the type of tanker ship designed to transport chemicals and different liquid products in bulk. Roll-on vessels. Roll-on vessels come in many forms, including vehicle ferries and cargo ships, carrying truck vessels, but the major type used for the transport of road vehicles is the car carrier. These slab-sided vessels feature multiple vehicle decks comprising parking lanes linked by the internal ramps with access to the shore provided by one or more loading ramp.
Welcome back. It's still Nimasa this week, the voice of maritime, and we are having our nautical chat with a very important player in the Nigerian maritime space, and is no less a person than the chief executive of the Nigerian Shippers Council, Malam Hassan Bello. I want to begin by asking, in the most basic terms, what is shipping? Who is a shipper? And how does it affect all of us?
Well, thank you very much. Very interesting question. It's looking like basic, but it's also complicated. But you said we should break it down. Let's demystify shipping, and I would say de-romanticize shipping also. Shipping, if you like, movement of goods from one point to the other through the sea. I guess that would be traditional. Modern conception of shipping, it's movement of goods from one point to other, not necessarily through the sea and not necessarily by a ship, but it is the oil that lubricates the world trade. Nations have to trade with one another, and most of the trade is done by ship through the ocean, maybe 80%. But we have shipping also done by air, even though they are called aeroplanes. We have shipping done by road or by rail or by pipeline or other modes of transportation. So basically, shipping is what we do in exchange, international trade, movement of goods. You have a buyer and a seller, and the medium that is used to bring out this exchange is called shipping. So a shipper, however, is a little bit more complicated because it's jurisdictional. When people hear Nigerian Shippers Council, they always said, where are your ships? But a shipper defined in Nigerian context is simply the consignee or the receiver, of goods. Which means an importer or an exporter. So a shipper is somebody who buys space in the ship. And it could be shipper overseas. It could be the receiver or consignee here in Nigeria. So when we said we are Nigerian Shippers Council, It means we are representing the interests of shippers who are the exporters or importers. Simply, that is what a shipper is.
So there's a difference between the owner of a vessel,
Yes.
of a ship,
Yes.
and the person who actually ships.
Yes, there is.
So we can all be shippers.
Yes,
Are we all
almost.
shippers?
Yes, and we have been affected by shipping all the time. If you look at everything here, or if you are in London place, you see goods that have been exported from Nigeria all over, globally. Shipping is global. So that's what shipping does. Most of the international trade is carried by or through shipping. The global world, has shrunk because of technology. But there are still, the physical goods that must be transported from one point to the other.
So how does it affect us now that the average person out there can see themselves whenever they are involved in some form of transportation of goods in one way or the other, regardless of the medium?
Yes.
How does it then affect all of us?
Yes, it affects our life in the sense that we are not self-sufficient, either as individuals or as countries. So there must be that exchange. Man has traded for as long as anybody can remember. From barter, trade by barter, which is exchange, which must be done through medium within, a defined territory, less wide than it is now. But now it is global. So raw materials, finished products, medicine, and many other variety of things that make easy or life easy is done through that thing called shipping. So it affects all of us, whether you are in the village, whether you are in the city, you are traveling, you are a teacher, you are a doctor, a lawyer, or an administrator. You must have one way or the other been affected, by shipping. Shipping also has shrunk the world and makes it global. So we are all shippers.
Nimasa's deep blue, calmer coast, and safer seas. Security is priority. The integrated national maritime surveillance and security infrastructure. Coming soon. Powered by Nimasa.
Welcome back. It's still Nimasa this week, the voice of maritime. As you know, we've got two hashtags for driving our conversations online. The first one is the hashtag the voice of maritime. And secondly, we've got hashtag Deep Blue. As you know, the Deep Blue project is constantly dominating the airwaves, the social media stratosphere, and is in so many conversations involving stakeholders of the seas. Whether you're into shipping, stevedoring, chandling, or a terminal operator. Whatever aspect of maritime that you play in, we want you to stay engaged with Nimasa online. At this moment, I'd like to read to you the tweet from the DG's Twitter handle at Jamo Bashir. And it's keeping with the current excitement surrounding the Deep Blue project. And the DG says, hashtag IMO meeting. I had the privilege of addressing the 103rd session of the IMO MSC. Now, MSC stands for Maritime Security Committee. It was most encouraging, the DG continues, to hear the Secretary General take out time to commend Nimasa and indeed Nigeria openly for our efforts to tackle piracy and sea criminality through, you guessed it right, the Deep Blue Project. That's at the DG's Twitter handle at Jamo Bashir, and we encourage you to continue this conversation with him on all of our official Twitter handle at Nimasa Official. From Instagram to Twitter to YouTube, you can continue that engagement. Then we have our official website, as displayed also on your screen. Players, operators, regulators, or anyone who has anything to do with the seas along our coast, you can get up-to-date information from the Nimasa website. Thank you for watching today's episode of your favorite leading maritime authoritative, Nimasa This Week, the voice of maritime. Let me leave you with the sea-inspiring words of Alan Jebold when he said, "I wanted freedom, open air, and adventure." Guess where he found it? In his words, "I found it on the seas." My name is Ubong Isien. I'm urging you, stay on course. Bye for now.